Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a tutorial for you using the new Norvina palette. I had a lot of requests to create this makeup look. I know it looks very simple and basic and everyday, but I was wearing this makeup look in an Instagram story that I did a couple of days ago, and I had so many direct messages and requests to film a tutorial with this look. So that's what we are doing. I do plan on doing more tutorials with this palette because it is so beautiful and there's so many beautiful standout colors in this. And while I love this look, I do think that I'm not really doing this palette justice by only uploading a video with some basic everyday looks. So I think this palette is so beautiful. I ordered this, I say a little bit late. I mean, I know it just launched, but of course in YouTuber terms, I should have had it like the first day it launched. I always tend to do that with eyeshadow palettes. I think it's because I have so many of them and I just feel like it's so wasteful to like keep ordering and only using them for the few weeks and then they never get used again. But it's my job and this is what I have to do for my job. So in our beauty chit chat page, someone posted a picture of them wearing this palette and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. It's so stinking gorgeous. So this is what the palette looks like. Like all of her other palettes, it does have that same kind of velvety texture to it. Beautiful, beautiful lavender color. It retails for $42 inside of it. This is what it looks like. You do get the brush, and I have to say that of all the eyeshadow palettes that provide a brush inside, this is probably one of the few that actually is a decent brush. I've used this to create makeup looks and it's perfectly fine and works just as well as any of my other brushes that I own. You get 14 shades, a good mix of matte and very shimmer metallic shades. I heard this palette described as a purple palette, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, clearly there's some very beautiful purples that stand out, but I think that it's being tagged as a purple palette because the exterior of it is purple. But when you really look at this, if you take those out, you still get a lot of really neutral, pretty, wearable colors. So you don't necessarily have to just wear purple colors, clearly, to like this palette. I just think it's so beautiful. The quality is in line with any of her other palettes. I really think that Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes and single shadows are some of the best quality. And particularly these really shimmer metallic shades, these are really hard to nail. Sometimes they become very chunky and glittery and very not consistent, but these are so nice. I mean, look how beautiful they go on. Let me show you when I swatch them on the hand. I mean, they have very, very good, consistent payoff. Not chunky at all. I mean, that was a very light swatch too. I didn't even really put a lot of pressure, and this is what you're getting. That's pretty impressive, you guys. Most palettes that have shadows, most palettes that have like this high sparkle shimmer shadows come off very chunky and really not consistent, but these are really nice. Same thing with the mattes. The mattes are really nice, consistent quality mattes. Let me show you. Okay, so this is what they swatch on my fingertip. Let me show you what they look like on the hand. I mean, this, again, this is just one small swipe, not a whole lot of pressure, pass. Look at that. My camera is not focusing here. My camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. So that's what the mattes look like. But yeah, I think this palette is really pretty and very versatile. It's definitely one I'm going to be reaching for pretty often. So if you want to see specific looks, leave it in the comments below on what shades you want to see me create a look with. But I definitely will be doing more looks with this palette, more of the bright, bold colors, something a little bit more glamorous. But because this was highly requested on Instagram, I wanted to get this video out for you first. Okay, last thing I want to mention before we jump into the video. On my recent video, The Color Wheel, huge apologies, you guys. I didn't intentionally leave out talking about brown eyes. I was just using the color wheel to kind of guide the discussion, so that's kind of why I addressed blue and green eyes, but I didn't talk about brown eyes. And I know you guys were so disappointed in that. I was reading those comments and I had this pit in my stomach, like, oh my gosh, Lisa, really, really, Lisa, how did you forget that? So, an effort to make it up to you guys, I am going to be doing a video strictly for brown eyes. I have enlisted my beautiful friend Nazreen, who has big, beautiful brown eyes, to be on my channel soon. Once the kids are back in school, we're going to film that video, and I'm going to do a dedicated video just for brown eyes. So yeah, I just wanted to address that because I was reading comments last night and I was like, ugh, like why? Lisa, why? So anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for your support, and let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. So first I'm going to start with this shade here. It's called Base, and it's just a nice kind of basic base color. It has a slight shimmer to it, nothing really glittery or sparkly, but there is a little bit of a sheen to it. And I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. This is the 224 by MAC. And I am going to start by applying this underneath my eyebrow and all over my eyelid. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is the color Incense, and it's a nice, warm, kind of saddle brown matte color. I'll show you what it looks like on the hand. You can see that it's just a little bit deeper than my natural skin tone, so it's a great transition color. This does have a lot of like warm kind of orange tones to it, so it's very complimentary of blue or green eyes. So I'm just going to work that right into the crease. And I'm almost kind of blending it into the start of the eyebrow. I am a little puffy today. We had sushi last night, and I always get so puffy in the face after I eat sushi. And I'm just going to kind of pull that shade down to my lash line, just in the outer corner. Then I'm going to deepen the outer corner with a shade right here. It's called Volatile, and it's kind of more like a dark grayish brown. It is also matte. But I'm really going to just concentrate this right in the outer corner right here. These shades are so nice and pigmented. I think she has some of the best quality shadows. I mean, her eyeshadow palettes, they never disappoint. They're very consistent in the quality and the color payoff, and I find that every texture, whether it's really shimmery or glittery or it's matte, they're all really great quality. Sometimes I think a lot of times in palettes, like some textures pay off better than others, but in her palettes, I really feel like they all have such great payoff. Then the next step is to apply the color on the lid, and for that look I just used this color right here called Dreamer. In the palette it looks like your basic kind of shimmery champagne-y color, but I was really impressed with the way that this went on, and you'll see on my eye, but I wanted to show you on the hand just how much shimmer that has, like just how much metallic finish that has. And I found that when I wore this the other day, the light just hit it in the right places and it just made it look so beautiful. This is not just your basic shimmery champagne color, in my opinion. I think this was kind of the standout color in that makeup look, but it looks like such a basic color, you know what I mean? So I'm using a 239 brush by MAC, and I'm just loading the side of my brush up. Because this is really shimmery, even though it does have good payoff, I am going to kind of tap it off just so I don't have a ton of fallout into my eyelash extensions. And I'm just going to go and press this onto the eyelid. I think this color is so beautiful. Oh, I think it's so beautiful. It makes such an impact. I think that's what it is. It just makes such a beautiful, bright impact on the eyelid. This brush is like the perfect applicator for a shadow like this because it's really small and dense, and it has a really nice flat kind of edge here, so it's really a great way to apply it on the lid, but because it has that nice straight line, it's slightly curved on the tip. It's like the perfect brush to work on the lid because you can really kind of carve out or trace that crease line. Okay, then last I'm going to take a little bit of that first shade that we put in the crease, Incense, and I'm going to take a little more on my brush, and I'm just going to kind of softly just go over the crease area and kind of just soften it a little bit. Okay, then last I want to brighten the brow bone a little bit more, so I'm going to take the same color that I initially used, this color Bear, but because I'm using a more dense, smaller brush and using that, it's going to apply more of an impact than when I first applied it with that crease brush. Because this brush is going to pick up more product, so even though I'm using the same color, it's going to look more intense because of the brush that I'm using. And I'm just going to pop that right underneath the brow. Okay. Then I use like a basic black liquid felt tip liner. So for this look, I'm using the DHC one. I like to lay the liner on its side rather than go in with the tip when I am creating the line on the actual eyelid. Once I get out to the corner, then I kind of tilt it up and use the tip to create that little baby flick. But I find that using the liner on its side when I'm on the actual eyelid gives me more of a consistent line. Okay, I think I made this slide slightly thicker, so I'm going to go back and even it out. I like the intensity of black liquid liner against that really bright color on the lid. I think it's so pretty. For my lower lash line, I'm going to start by putting a little bit of eye primer down there first because I'm just going to use eyeshadow for my liner and I really want my shadow to be more intense. So I'm taking the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. You can also use the Milani eyeshadow primer that I used. I'm using this one just because it's going to intensify the color of that shadow a tiny bit more than the Milani would do. Either would work though. And I'm just going to run this on my lower lash line with this little precise brush. This is by Sigma. It is the E20 short shader brush. You can see how it is. I'm going to also use this for my eyeshadow. I am going to kind of run it on a paper towel though, just to get out that creamy product before I dip it into the shadow. And I'm going to start with using the first color we used in the crease, which is this shade right here, Intense. And I'm basically just going to kind of smoke out and go right over that eyeshadow primer. Now that that's laid as a base, I'm going to go in with a deeper color, Volatile, and we're going to do that on the outer corner. I'm going to pop a little mascara on my lower lashes, and in front of me I have the Mally Smoky Mama Mascara. So I'm just going to pop that on my lower lashes. And I got a little bit underneath, but I'm going to wait till it dries and then I can just easily flick it off with a brush. The lips that I was wearing on Instagram have become kind of my favorite combo as of the last week or so. And I first start with this lip liner by Miraness. This is the Auto Lip Liner Duet. It comes with two liner colors on either side, and one's going to be a little bit darker than the other. I will show you the colors and what they swatch like on my hand. So those are the two colors that you get. You can see one is deeper, they're both pretty nude, but one is a deeper rosier nude and the other is a lot more pale pink nude. So I start by lining my lips with a deeper color. That's just going to give the lips a little bit more contour and also make the center look a little fuller because I am going to go with a lighter one and fill it in. So I do like their cosmetics a lot. I had tried their hair mask first, and they had seen that video and asked if I wanted to do a video showing how to use a hair mask. I was like, absolutely. And they were like, well, can you talk about our cosmetics? But I hadn't tried any of their cosmetics, so I was like, well, no, I haven't tried anything. I can't promise, you know, I'm going to talk about something if I don't know if I like it or not. But they sent me a bunch, and I've really been enjoying the products that I tried. Specifically, they have a cushion foundation that I like. I really like this lip liner. They have a brow product that I really like. It's the 3D Multi-Shade Brow Express. It's what I have in my brows today. It's got a spoolie on the end, and then it's got like a thick, it kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. Is it the Brow Definer? Yeah, but it's not as waxy as that one. But it's really nice. I like it. So yeah, I've been impressed with the cosmetics that I've tried so far. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I just go in and kind of fill in the lips a little bit. And kind of slightly go over the darker line too, just so that the two lines blend real well. Kind of press together. This lipstick has been a favorite of mine the last week since I got it in the mail. It's the Clinique Pop, but the matte ones, and it's Peony Pink, and I love this color. It's like a velvety matte, not creamy matte, because creamy makes me think a little bit more moisturizing. This isn't like a moisturizing matte, but it's velvet, so it doesn't, I don't know, it's just really nice. It feels very like velvety and whipped when you put it on the lip. And I just love this color. Even alone without a lip liner, I think this color is really nice and easy to just throw on. I am loving it. I love that. I just think it's so pretty. It's like the perfect baby bubblegum pink. Not too bright, not too pale, just perfect. And last, I topped the lips with my favorite lip gloss at the moment. It's the Milani Keep It Full line, and I have the shade Prismatic Peach. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of this in the center. Oh, so nice. I love these. These feel so good on the lips, and just look what they do. I mean, they make your lips look wet. So pretty. And this is the final look. Very simple, very basic, very everyday makeup, but I still think it's very pretty, you know? Sometimes you do your makeup and you just find a combination that you love, and this is a combination that I love. Of course, I go for the more basic neutral colors on the palette. I am going to be doing a video using some of the other brighter, bolder colors because I really want to show how versatile this palette is, so definitely stay tuned for that. But I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I had a ton of requests to create this look after uploading my stories the other day wearing this look, and I have to say I love this makeup look. I think this is going to kind of be my go-to, I don't know, until I find my next go-to. Anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!